And in business, World Gold Council says demand for gold jewelry will help underpin the price of the precious metal for the rest of 2010. The price of gold has soared during the recession as investors sought a safe haven as shares and other assets fell.
In its latest quarterly bulletin, the WGC says retail investors appear to be big drivers of demand for gold. And the WGC also anticipates growing demand from China if the country relaxes restrictions on the market. In its report for the second quarter of 2010, the Council said European retail demand was particularly strong. Gold demand rose 115% quarter-on-quarter to 84.8 tons in Europe, said WGC, which represents gold producers. In the second quarter, Europe accounted for 35% of the world's demand for small gold bars and coins. In the past couple of years, European retail demand for physical gold products has soared. In 2008, demand for gold bars and coins were 243 tons, rising to 293 tons in 2009. In the early years of this decade, demand for gold across Europe often failed to rise above single figures. During the second quarter of 2010, the gold price hit a new high of $1,261 an ounce. Gold jewelry demand in India, the largest jewelry market, was little changed, down just 2% to 123 tons on the same period last year. Demand for gold jewelry in mainland China rose by 5% to 75.4 tons. Earlier this year, Beijing published a report proposals for development of gold market. If implemented, the proposals could generate a huge expansion in demand from consumers.
Cairn Energy has discovered gas off the coast of Greenland, a sign that could lead to a possible oil discovery. Edinburgh-based Cairn, the first company for a decade to drill for oil offshore in Greenland, said it had early indications of a working hydrocarbon system in Baffin Bay. But environmental campaigners have raised concerns in the wake of BP's Gulf of Mexico oil spill disaster. Greenpeace said the announcement was grave news. The group says it threatens the fragile Arctic environment and has sent a protest ship to Baffin Bay. Cairn's T81 well in Baffin Bay found small quantities of gas in thin sand. Drilling is continuing at the site, and the company plans to drill at least 2 other wells this summer. And in sports, the Ragudivihi League Valencia builds up hope to be in the top 4 after beating Mazia last night. Mazia lost the game to Valencia with 1-0 with the winning goal from Asad Abdul Ghani. Valencia is on the 5th place of the point table with 28 points. New Radiant is leading 3 points ahead of Valencia on the point table. New Radiant will face Viansa tonight, and if they succeed to win tonight's game, New Radiant will move to the place. Former Bayern Munich star Ali Karimi has been reinstated by his club in Iran after being sacked for not fasting during the Islamic holy month of Ramadan. The 2004 Asian Footballer of the Year, who has made 112 appearances for Iran and is his country's 3rd highest scorer, was still fined $40,000 by Steelazine FC. The club's disciplinary committee found Karimi guilty of disrespecting Iran's Football Federation and the club supervisor, as well as not fasting during a training session on August 12th. Karimi, dubbed by some Iranian commentators as the Maradona of Asia, was sacked in mid-August after having questioned decisions by the club's managing director and former commander of Iran's Revolutionary Guards, Mustafa Ajaurulu. The 31-year-old midfielder has denied any wrongdoing and insisted he has always heeded religious values, especially during Ramadan, when devout Muslims fast from dawn until dusk. He is the Iranian national team's 2nd most capped player and played at the World Cup in 2006. He had a 2-year stint in Bundesliga, scoring 4 goals in 50 appearances for Bayern Munich. And with that, we conclude the news for tonight. Thank you for being with us. Have a very good night.